Lead generation is like one of the first, obviously, most of my experiences, like the most difficult industry on the planet.
Do you ask ChatGPT to act as your best sales representative?
Like people were freaking out, like when you're like, how did you find this data? How, what is happening?
And how AI tools can help you with this?
Robots that can selling to other robots potentially or people, and those who get automated because they're like, oh yeah, I know that. AI is basically transforming every single part.
Hi guys, my name is Anton Voroniuk and I'm happy to have you in our Gen AI Revolution podcast. Our today guest is Volodymyr Goloshuk. He is founder of AI Champ. Hi Volodymyr.
Hi doing.
I'm really happy to have you today with us, and you have really great background in sales. So I decided to ask you a little bit about how AI can transform everything around the sales. Can you deep dive in the experience of sales you have? You have a lot of experience in sales. You had experience with MasterCard, blockchain. You have a lot of different stuff to share. Can you tell a little bit more about yourself, our audience?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. So thanks, Anton, for inviting. And yeah, so my background is started when I actually built my own company. I left MasterCard and started building an e-learning solution. And I basically hired a team, built the product, and start selling. So I was knocking door to door, but using email and then trying to sell the product for like several months. And what I realized that nobody was buying. So I was like, this was my
It's a
early
purity
sales
situation.
experience. And I was like, okay, so I kept going until I ran out of money. And essentially, I realized that, okay, I got to do something. And the product that I built is not selling. But I could get so many people interested in the products because I was speaking with banks, I was speaking with government organizations, I was speaking with companies, and I realized that I've spoke with so many people. Maybe I should actually sell this as a service. So rather than just trying to sell my product that I couldn't, and see if it works. So I thought that it could be a problem with my selling skills, so it could be a problem with my product. So then I basically set up a landing page overnight, and then set up the outbound campaign and just lead generation services. So I can help out businesses with like any industries. And then next day I closed the company in Sweden. Like the couple of days later, there was a company in the UK, and then there was 3 more companies. And then, fast moving forward is just the company grew like from 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 people plus. And so that's basically how I started my sales.
And how did you get to AI? You created first your AI startup, HyperK, in the period it was not mainstream yet. Can you share a little bit your experience, how AI came in your life and how it was?
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, my background is engineering. Like I did a lot of technical stuff at MasterCard, and I would say I'm pretty lazy in terms of like doing repetitive work. So when I start scaling my lead gen agency, and I just realized that I had to do a lot of these like updates to CRM, and I had to follow up, and it's this similar repetitive things. And I was like, yeah, I gotta fix this. And then we teamed up with some of my friends, and then we built like a closer bot. Is essentially like a Slack chat where using in early versions of AI at that time, like there was no chat GPT or anything. We had to like analyze the CRM data, create templated messages, and then set up notifications. So then I don't need to think about all these updates, synchronization with CRM, and also don't have to think about when to update people, what to do with this. And it was like solving my own problem essentially, and automating this. But AI wasn't really ready at the time. It could only do like really basic things. And we were joking at that time. I was like, yeah, how even like I needed to analyze the website and categorize it for like from like typical content, and to just say, okay, just tell me if it's like just give me 3 words. Is it just describe the product what it is? And then we had like a full day session with one of the smartest AI engineer that I know from my network. And he was like hunted by Irish government to just to come to Ireland and just build any product. And then he was explaining to me that it's just impossible with the current solution. You need a ridiculous amount of money, and then building the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, look. And at that time there was like a series. I don't know if you're from Silicon Valley. And we're like, yeah, but look, there you could get the camera on, you can tell the thing, is it a hot dog, is it not a hot dog? You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't know if you've seen that the series. I was like, why can't we just look at the website and tell us what it is? Is it like a hot dog or not? And then we spent a lot of time and efforts to like building a proper categorization solution from categorizing the websites, and it still wasn't good enough. I couldn't rely on it. I had to hire like assistants and people to like manually look at the site and validate it. Is it true? And it was a lot of painful moments to get early in the AI space when nothing was there like we have now.
But you mentioned Silicon Valley, you've graduated, you see a startup school. So did you get the idea from that school that AI is the next big thing and you need to focus on AI or not? Can you share this experience?
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, it was pre-ChatGPT. I think there
Mm-hmm.
is like probably the world will have divided now, and I was before that. And I went there just on a conference, and ironically, one of the friends, actually, it's a similar friends who we built like an early like AI tool. He was there. We connected, and then we built like a product in e-commerce space, and it's essentially like an AI that optimizes logistics. And that's when I kind of dived deep into the AI space. From Silicon Valley, we had to meet local businesses, investors, and I got a chance to basically see how things are moving there, and like the velocity of everything. It was just next level, because like, you know, if you look at the most technical companies, you're looking at their headquarters. It's like Mountain View, Sunnyvale, San Francisco, San Jose. You know, all the Bay Area is pretty much all headquarters are there. So every time you look at the company, if it's a super successful company or if it's the biggest competitor, typically you get headquarters there. So you get a chance to speak with some of the visionaries and most developed companies, and then guys who develop them. And I got a chance to meet some of the guys, like there was a Kubernetes
Mm-hmm.
like a co-developer from Google. There was a co-founder, early co-founder of VMware, Javi
Mm-hmm.
Zhu. And I've met some of the leading venture funds
Great,
like
guys.
Dell Ventures, and the Google Ventures as well, and the Gradient. And it's the level of talent there, and the technical advancement is just, it's like the top league. That's how I felt there.
Really cool. Let's come back to our main topic of today. It's AI and sales. Let's start from scratch. What AI can do to optimize, make the sales more efficient, improve them? Can you show the whole scope?
Sure thing. So basically, sales, obviously you can categorize in multiple things. There is like a pre-screening, so validating, is it like the right ideal persona or not for closing anything. And now there are like tools for addressing this. There is like the qualification. There is like an outreach tools in AI space, which is essentially building like a automatic AI sequences and reaching out to potential prospects. There is also like a demonstration tools, is the whole industry is like digital selling space, where there is like smart digital rooms, which allows you can create with AI, and then you can see visually like how integrated AI is basically transforming every single part of the like a sales channel. And then I can dive into like any of these ones
Well,
further.
let's try. Let's try to deep dive in one day of sales representative job. So if we talk about the tools, about the technologies, how it's going on. So you start your day, you need to start to check your all follow-ups, etc. What solutions, what AI tools can be really helpful on this stage?
So let's say if if the person is managing an SDR team, so there are tools to automate the process. So there's like AI SDR, there's 11x, there is Artisans, and there's all of these tools that are essentially allowing you to automate the outreach process and then get leads delivered to you, and essentially they are kind of the base level. So if you're thinking about like an enterprise level of leads that are more difficult, that you need to create some sort of like a value, like scrape some data. And by I mean values is essentially, it's not like, hey, I see you got funded, we can help you X and Y. Like this is not value. Or for example, hey, I saw you hiring developers, we can help you get it. This is not value. Or hey, we've helped company X and Z, like this is and we can help you too because we think like you are a similar company. This is also not value. So the value is essentially if when you analyze the prospects data. So let's say if it's like ad tech solution, you analyze the prospects ads, and then you propose to them and say, okay, here's the problem with your ad. Like if you have done this and that to these ads that you're running, here's the ad that you're running, here's the solution, how you could have improved. That's the value. So essentially, if they want to build this, they need the AI to create a proper outreach channel, and then the tools like Clay, you can set up this to scrape websites. You can get like where you want to be, or for example, like if you sell HR solution, because I gave an example for ad solutions, but the HR is very similar. So if it's like, let's say, applicant tracking solution, so then how do you find the value here? Well, the value that you do if you sell to HRs, you can actually scrape their sites and then find out what kind of HR applicant tracking solutions they have, because you can get set up crawlers, and then you can see what they actually have, and then based on what they have, you can propose and tell them, okay, you've got a great solution, but here are the problems with the solution. Or if you don't have any, here's the why you should have something, because you're losing out. And this is a clear value, because if somebody reads it, even if they don't want to do anything with you or anything, they will see that, okay, you're actually suggesting based on my existing situation, and then this wasn't sent to like million people. You actually know what I have, so it's this personalization. So this is where AI is just transforming everything. Like lead generation is like one of the first, obviously, most of my experience. So I know too much about this space.
Did you implement all these tools in your team?
Of course, yeah.
What results did it give? All our listeners, they are about results. They're pragmatic guys. So you've implemented what growth of sales or what cut of time did you get? How it worked?
Yeah, so I mean, for the lead generation space, because I built the agency called Brightest Minds, and then basically we've implemented the similar. So the difference is in reply rates, and in essentially, if you send a message to obviously somebody, if they hire SDR or salesperson, and then you offer a lead generation, you have a chances of that. But if you offer them value, that's a different thing. So with the reply rates, with the regular messages, you get maybe, I'd say, one interested in like 1,000 messages, or maybe one or two meetings, let's say, in 1,000 messages. With the implementation of this, the conversion rate just skyrocketed. It's essentially every 150 people you get a meeting, and this is like the most difficult industry on the planet. Like lead generation, literally, like everybody's.
So you are talking that you grew 10-15 times conversion rate?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, and it was just your case, or it was working for your clients too?
It works for other clients, and typically the important part is figuring out what value you can deliver for your prospect. And then if we have found such option, then we've delivered results. So for example, we had a case with a solution for like enterprise companies, how to react to like natural disasters like earthquakes. And then they have like a special protocol to help minimize risk damage, and then there is all the policies. So for bigger companies, that's what they were doing. So like the regular outreach that you just blast everybody like in the area, maybe if they have a chance of the earthquake, and then hope that something happened. So what we did, we actually analyzed for the earthquakes, and then if some area about to, there is a basically actual earthquake happening, we message just that area and say, guys, we have a solution to, so you have a process, because they actually feel the pain right now, and the chances of, the reply rate basically went through the roof, and that basically works as long as you find a clear pain, and then figure out whether it's happening right now, or and then offer value. So if there's something valuable, when they see it, it's like, all right, yeah, it's something that
pain and value are two most crucial and beneficial knowledge that can be in marketing too, in sales. Likewise, can you share your algo formula, how you can make it better, how you can better understand the pain and use it in your prospecting, how you can better understand the value, and how AI tools can help you with this?
Yeah, so if you look into, for example, like with e-commerce business, I was building a company in optimizing logistics for e-commerce, and then so what we did is essentially we used big data to analyze, okay, who's actually selling, and then what are their level of like sales, and then also like what's with their sales volumes, and then figuring out if they have, depending on what products they sell, and then what volume, we can help them with logistics. So what we did, we basically analyzed data from Amazon, which for the sales, and then we were able to figure out what products they have selling and what products aren't selling, and then the volumes, and this is like a public information. You just have to crunch the numbers with like scrapers and then figure out the numbers. So with this data, we were able
to... you tried to use predictive analytics when it was not mainstream, yeah?
pretty much, yeah. And then with this data, we could see their actual sales, and then so we could see company sales, and then we were able to message them and saying, okay, here's the the numbers of, here's what you have selling, here's your total sales, and we can help you. If you're using this traditional logistics method, with our method, you can actually save that much money, because we know you are spending on logistics that much based on your sales data. And people were freaking out, because they're like, how do you know my sales? Like, it's not public. We're like, yeah, but we just use the public information. We just put the data together. So we were like, yeah, we used your, on Amazon, you could see, where the product's selling, their numbers and their price. And so you can add things together. But yeah, like people were freaking out, like when you're like, where did you find this data? What is happening? And that was fun. But yeah, this is how AI can help you with such things.
Any other examples how predictive analytics can change the way how sales are built and can be structured with AI?
We use a lot of like, now it's very cheap to analyze your ideal target persona. So basically you can...
What tools do you use for this?
We use Clay, for example, and then we connect with like a cheaper version.
Clay is the tool for enriching data, yep.
Yeah, it's more of like connecting data together and also enriching. So basically, and then we use some of the cheaper models to analyze this, because if you want to save money, that's another way to. And then we can figure out whether the target persona is a fit or not, and then how can we optimize the sales conversion, reaching out to the right people.
Can you share the detailed algorithm? We have Clay, we have exact business, we get the data. What are the next steps?
So we have Clay. We got so basically we set up a Clay to enrich the data from LinkedIn, and then just to see
LinkedIn is the main source
of data. Yes.
Yep.
Because there is no better source than LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is updated by everyone. So it's like everybody else just copying data from there. So you just have to do it from the source. And then essentially this allows you to run like a way to analyze each profile and then see how relevant it is to your business. And this is not just like title, and it could be a lot of things. It could be some description about this persona, and then it could be really advanced. And in this way, you could use the analytics and figure out your persona. You don't need to waste time with bombarding wrong people with the wrong message. And and it essentially can make people's lives easier and happier, and better deliverability and all of those things.
Okay, I think that you've already sold the idea to go and test Clay for our audience. Your top 10 sales AI tools that you use regularly and why. Let's make like a short split. Let's even make five. Five will be easier. The tool or the way of you using the results that you get for your business.
Well, we use
You can start from AI Champ.
Yeah, sounds good. So AI Champ is essentially for sales. It allows it's a sales role playing tool which allows sales reps to become top closers. So if anyone wants to be a top closer, you don't want to burn their leads, you can actually practice with AI agents, and it can be different. You know, your sales if you're selling to e-commerce logistics, you know, and you can get a chance to become a top sales rep and close more deals. So that's the first one. The second one is like, I mean, after Clay, so since Clay we mentioned, so like maybe Clay's second one, the third one, it's I would say Phantom is one of the tools that it's incredibly smart in terms of
what is Phantom? What does it do?
it's the tool that it's like a AI note taker. So after it listens, you can have it joined to your calls for sales calls, and then it allows you to. It's similar to Gong, I think everybody knows, and it basically automatically AI takes notes and it gives smart summaries, incredibly beautiful, beautifully written. It's like literally like you have assistants taking all the notes and summarizing things and
cool.
and then puts together. So
we used Otter AI for this goal, but we didn't take notes from this Phantom. So I think that it's a good idea to test Phantom too.
Definitely do, because the summaries you can select depending on how you sell it. You can do using band model, which is you know some people use, and then there is a different sales methodologies. You can select what type of methodologies, and then depending on the methodology, they can list their summary in different ways. So it basically allows you to customize your offer, and then it automatically syncs to HubSpot, and it actually has a understanding of the conversation, because previously it was just dumb note taking and summaries. Now it's really smart and it's very affordable. Like Phantom, based on my research, it just you could get like a free version, and it's literally almost unlimited, and I think it beats the hell out of competition right now.
We have 3 great tools. 2 more.
The next one, I would say digital sales rooms space. Digital sales room is essentially it's something for sales reps to send proposals that are intelligent. So it's rather than, after conversation, you're like, oh yeah, send me more information. Before, like last year, you can just send like a presentation. But now it's, you can actually send a link with a presentation that is a smart link. So you could see when somebody looked at your presentation, you can update the presentation after, they opened it, and then you can add more things, and then you can see who else looked at your presentation, and then when they looked at it. So then it's just smart data which you could use to basically reach out to to your prospects faster. If they open it, you can message them, guys, if you have any questions. It just makes the life easier. And
if they don't open, why you are not watching my presentation?
Yeah, exactly. So this is like a number 4, and then the 5th tool that is really transformative. I mean, I'm like from like lead generation space, so I like Instantly, and I think it's the way they connect AI with like automatic responses and everything. I think it's also like a next level. So it's
Instantly is called the mail tool originally.
Yeah.
Can you share with audience what AI features you loved in them?
Yeah, so you can connect to your favorite model, like if you use ChatGPT API. So and then you can structure or replies, and then as they call it, like replies. It's like lead generation is like hot potato. So you need to move fast, and then otherwise it gets cold, and then you lose value, and it's not going to be as tasty. And the same with this, you need to have an instant reply. So then you can have with the AI when you can build a message. So if somebody says, okay, tell me how it works, or I'm interested, I want a demo, you get immediate reply and saying, okay, here, book a meeting, here's the link, or answer all the questions. So you get conversation conversion, going through the roof. So that's how it happens.
Guys, it's the right moment to go to the comments and write what AI sales tool is your favorite. Don't forget to put likes, subscribe to our channel, and ask your question to Volodymyr. Volodymyr, the next very important question is all about personalization. So we tested for ourselves to sell personalized video by HeyGen. You can put the name, you can put the template, you can sell the personalized video like me talking to clients from video. What personalized AI tools do you use in your processes?
You mean for the personalization is like structuring the message?
Structuring the message, delivering the message, any great ideas that will make your message and sales communication more personalized with AI is highly recommended.
With the personalization, I mean, typically we have built like our own using AppScript with like a spreadsheet. So we basically like our own like personalization, which basically allows to analyze the like a website, and then allows you to personalize the structure of the message based on the content of the actual company. So when they read it, it's about their company, and we can basically make sure that every message is unique and it has clear value specifically addressed to the specific company. So that's what you could actually build it yourself. I mean, with the AI tools, you could use AppScript. You can upload data to spreadsheet. You can connect any of the API to OpenAI, for example, we use, but you could use Gemini and then Anthropic, and others. So that's one way to do like personalization at scale. Another way, it's that there are ways to create like the offers from the website that are based on the content is personalized based on the visitors. So essentially, when visitor comes in, and then the content can be adjusted to this. And
sure.
So this is like another way to personalize it, your strategy. So yeah, and then anything around that. So for example, if you have inbound channel, if somebody comes in, you can like greet them with like personalized message. And then if you have specific channels from people coming in from different, inbound, outbound channels, you can basically structure the value or the message around them. And then this is another ways. And then one of the other ways is actually also building a proposal, also based on company. So you can have an AI create you proposals. You can also build it in AppScript if you don't want any tool, and and then you can essentially in Google, and then you can basically create a presentation based on a customer's data that you can just fill in like a sales plus spreadsheet, and then just create, and then you get personalized.
Yeah, Gamma App and other tools will help you to do this. What is your favorite AI presentation creator? Or you don't have such tools?
We use HubForce, which basically allows us to create presentations, and then also to interact with this. You could see trackers, so you could give it a try. And it's called Plus Docs, which is a tool that allows you to, or Doc Plus or Plus AI, something like that. And then you can basically create a presentation based on AI. So it's Google launching something similar, but it's not as good from our experience yet. But this tool is insane. So you can actually create like a presentation by just writing text and then saying, okay, I want this presentation to you're building investors deck, and you say, okay, so I and my co-founder, my name is X and Y, and his name is X and Y. We did this and this, create a slide about us, and then and this thing actually does it, and it does it really well. And you're like, oh yeah, but we also have another co-founder, add the third one, boom, done. And then the next page, you're like, okay, so we're building this, the problem is this way, and it just structures everything, and everything is nicely designed. And then the text is, you're like, oh yeah, and can you write us more about our company? And you just, it queries like a data from like a domain, so you don't need to, write a lot. And it does it so well that essentially my presentation time from building it for weeks. I mean, I've done it in like a day and a half, and I was really happy with the result because like AI literally did all this heavy lifting. I didn't have to like reformat or change the wording. I was like, okay, this is too long. I was like, okay, rewrite it, make it shorter, done. And then okay, I want 3 columns. I don't want 4 columns. I don't want the turtle fourth pinpoint, done. And it's like before you had to do all this like manually. Now it's just some people probably would enjoy doing things now, and they haven't felt the pain doing things before, but
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
that's okay.
Yeah, you start talking about the prompts. What are your favorite prompts if you talk about sales? What prompts made your life really easier?
Prompts, what do you mean? Like
Chatting with ChatGPT, OpenAI, other AI services, what prompts can give you better results? Do you ask ChatGPT to act as your best sales representative, or you are not going into such details?
Yeah, I mean, it's well, basically now the prompt is literally some of the cool stuff that I've done is I just uploaded the documentation, like a deck or a presentation, and said, okay, can you like build from that data, can you structure it in like 4 messages, like what's this about, and then extract the data in one column, and it's like did it, and I could download it, so was one of the most advanced, and Gemini doesn't do it yet. I mean, they do offer the service, but it just doesn't work. With OpenAI, you can do these things,
Sure.
which is insane, because like with any data analytics, if you work with any numbers, if you want, have any, just upload presentation, and then whatever you want, you can get it in summary or docs, data. It's that's how I use it.
You can translate it, you can summarize it, and you can reload it further in PDF or etc.
Exactly. But the cool thing, you can even get the data spreadsheet out of it. So you could say, build me a spreadsheet with like whatever you wanted it from, whatever data you want. You can just get the whole book added, and then ask it to whatever you want from that book. And it's just like, now there's no limits. Like before, there was a limitation in the like a wording or like count, and there was always these like, you were like, oh yeah, it's too early, it doesn't work. But now it's making life so much easier. So I would say, you can like, don't afraid using these prompts, and then try to use it more on a high level. So if you ask something specific, you get specific questions, but you ask like a high level question, and then, for example, you can exclude some of the things where you don't want to go, and you'd be surprised. It can give you some amazing results. It helps us with like a lead generation agency that I built, Brightest Minds. Basically, we basically created a way to find these unique ways how to add value. And then, so we listed all of the ways how we add value where the things have worked. And then now we add questions as like, okay, here's the new project, and then tell us how can we basically find this unique way we can bring value using all your knowledge based on our previous things that have worked. And we've gotten some really good ideas. Not always, obviously, it's not like a silver bullet. It's still not as smart as we want it to be. But I would say like the next version is going to be definitely smarter. There's rumors about this. I don't know, like there's this riot in Twitter right now, and the people with this. I don't know if you've seen like a strawberry. There is this bot that basically some people think that it's like the next version of AI, and it's very smart, and and I think it's just going to make our prompts a lot easier, smarter, and it will make our lives easier with the new versions.
Definitely. What about your experience with using MyGPTs? I have my own social media specialist, copywriter, personal trainer. What is your experience? Do you have some sales juniors representatives in the form of MyGPTs, or you use another technology?
We tried to automate our also like replies, and then conversation meeting scheduling. So we've built like a separate bots for every specific case. So we're like, okay, so your job is when you get a message, something like, let's book a time. Your job is to schedule a time in your calendar, whatever the message. So others is like, okay, your job is to monitor if the meeting is happening, like just give a notification. Then other job is like, your job is to follow up, just to confirm if the meeting is happening. So we've created these little small agents, and the funny thing is, they add a lot of our credit at some time, at a couple of days, we're like, oh, okay, this is like minus was it $50 or $100 or something. We're like, what is going on? And then we looked at it and the conversation with bots, and they were like too nice to each other, and they were like, oh, thanks for booking a meeting, oh, no problem, thanks for adding this to your calendar, oh yeah, anytime, oh, if you have any questions, oh, no
So
problem.
you lost $500 just two bots to chat with each
Yeah,
other.
and they were like, exactly.
$500 looks not so bad like $5,000, but it's a good case. You started my favorite part of the interview, fuck ups. What fuck ups did you have with AI? What was your main fuck up, hallucination or something like that, which made your life more interesting and complicated?
AI is, as we call it sometimes, it's like that, like a student that smart most of the time can show up, but there is one time when he shows up drunk and just talks, things that shouldn't be said or things that you like. And then when you set it up with your clients and it works, and then 1 out of 10 or 20 times you get something like that, and you're like, damn it. And we had
when your AI was drunk with your clients, can you give example?
Yeah, so for example, like we analyze the prospects, the data, and then we try to bring value. So we messaged, and then that value was not relevant, and it was just kind of, as I don't know, maybe AI was joking. I don't know. It just felt super wrong, and it just slipped through our checkings, everything. So we sent this awfully wrong message to a potential client, and we probably lost a couple of deals with this. Yeah, it's hard to measure, but it's definitely like in thousands, probably tens of thousands, I don't know, in lost opportunities. But yeah, I mean, it's not, we're still learning, and the learning curve is here. Actually, you can validate the existing answers, and then you can have multiple agents to validate each other. So you could basically, when you have one continuously, and then you have another one to validating, it's more expensive, but at least you have a better quality of minimizing fuck ups. So basically that's what it is.
Great. If we talk about your vision of future of AI, a lot of industries are waiting something new. So someone use more powerful AI avatars, someone waiting is Sora for video production and so on. What is your vision? What tools can be created like in the nearest future, half a year, 1 year, etc., that can totally transform the landscape of sales? So let's try to look there in future and how it can look like in your opinion.
Everything that we do not like doing will be automated. Even if everything that we like doing will be automated. And at the end of the day, we're just going to be enjoying nice conversations with people that are around us. And my vision is like at the end of this automation, people will still be trying to sell something to other people. And that's why I actually built AI Champ is the solution which allows to everyone to be a top closer. So everything will be automated, and then, but we're still going to be on this planet, hopefully. And we're still going to be wanting to do something and, talk to some people and, sell something. And this is kind of one of the last points that hopefully will not get automated.
Previous interviews, we were discussing that maybe 1 year ago, your AI avatar and my AI avatar can sit here and chat and have a lot of views, but we will see it. Okay, and if we talk about some exact solutions, do you have ideas what can come close and change the market? What can be game changer for AI? Maybe something needs more powers and something needs some technology that you're waiting. Can you share some ideas maybe from Silicon Valley and not just Silicon Valley? What can be the future of AI sales?
I would say we are pretty close to fully operational sales agent. AI SDR is already available, but sales agents are pretty much
close.
Close. And when we get there, that's it. So you just, they don't have holidays. They don't, they don't feel, broken or come hangover or, it's just robots that can start selling to other robots potentially or people. So it will basically transform everything, because then we're going to be having agents in every category of business. So we're going to be like security people. They are already robots, but they're going to be more sophisticated, like what Elon Musk is doing with their Tesla bots. I don't know if you saw that. I would say we're pretty close to that situation. So we're going to have bots for everything: cooking bots, cleaning bots, sales bots, lead gen bots, whatever, teacher bots, everything. Every role on the planet will have a bot that we're going to be able to do that job much better than any human would, and better doctors as well, and everything will be done in this way. So yeah, I think that's how I see it, like just bots everywhere.
Bots everywhere is maybe a good plan, but a little bit scary. Maybe the last question for our listeners who want to start their life with AI in their sales. They have conservative, like usual sales funnel. How you can recommend them to start AI from scratch, like give them a 5 minutes plan, what you will do if the business wants to start implementing AI, step 1, step 2, step 3, how it can look like.
Yeah, I would say the way human nature works is like, first you need to figure out what you like doing. Like if you have a specific niche where you really like to explore, and then figure out how AI can enhance this, and then how do you see AI being added to that space? I mean, whether
We're
it's
coming back to the beginning of interview. You need to start from pain. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. What do you feel like is going to be a thing that you will be interested at, or you want to be solving? So yeah, that's the first thing. I would say then take maybe a course in like a AI prompt engineering if you have not already, or if you're not technical. So ideally, try to
have one good.
So something that would allow you to extract the right value from prompts, and then you can basically connect it with whatever you're doing. So you can start with like simple things with figuring out what values you could get to how you can connect AI to whatever you are interested in. And then the second thing is like, how can you build something with AI that you're interested in? So you could do scripting, you could do some automations, you can create something valuable for whatever niche you are interested in, and then essentially, I don't know if you want to build a product or some service that would allow you to do this. So yeah, because I think at the end of the day, all knowledge is out there, and it's just dependent on who's willing to spend time and then just to figure it out. Because the way I see this, there's going to be this AI automation which will divide people between, those are above the AI, so the ones that can navigate and train things and then manage these, and those who get automated because they're like, oh yeah, I don't know that prompt and how to set up these filters or automations. It's too difficult. So they will
but
struggle.
It will go more complicated. Yep.
Yeah, big time. I mean, it depends how far you want to go with that.
Yeah, ChatGPT started with the concept that everything must be easy, a short prompt in one chat interface, but the AI will become more complicated and will go in niches. You agree or not?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's like the way AI now is like pretty much the public knowledge, and it just extracts the number, the wordings based on their previous experience of like what should follow. The next big wave of AI is going to be with the unique data sets. So those that are not public, and then if it's in some medical sphere, you have some scans, and then you can have AI to analyze it, or if it's some sort of your, I don't know, engineering or like other specific niches where AI didn't get their hands yet. This is where I think it's an opportunity lies.
Volodymyr, thank you. It was my pleasure to have you in this studio. Guys, don't forget to ask questions to Volodymyr. Volodymyr, will you answer all questions?
I'll try.
Totally, yeah, we have the promise. So don't forget to put likes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to dive in GenAI, our courses on Udemy and Coursera. It was Anton Voroniuk, and see you in the next video podcast, GenAI Revolution.